Saline falls to Huron. I think that was the expectation maybe for everywhere but your locker room today. But, boy, they got out to the big lead. You guys stormed back.
Ready to go. And we continued to fight and claw our way back into the game. And ultimately we just ran out of time. We had 5 more minutes in that game. I think we have a different result.
Well, what the slow start? I think they were off 18-3. It was 23-7 after the first quarter.
Yeah.
What was the slow start there about? What you guys struggled a little bit with passing and a couple turnovers here and there.
Well, we talked about, even at the halftime, I was like, we just weren't being us. We weren't playing like us. We weren't moving like us. And I don't know exactly what caused some of that, but we just didn't get there until we did. And when we did, you started seeing the clean basketball you've seen all year.
What? You got within 7 in the second quarter, and then they kind of skipped away again. It got away from them in the second.
Right.
And towards what changed from the third quarter? Like it always seems like you said it all year. Our offense comes from our defense, and that seemed true again today. When did you see things changing a little bit back into Saline basketball?
Well, we have to play on our front foot, right? And we can't be on our heels. And I thought we started to do that. We started taking the fight that way. My hope for us as we continue to grow is that we're on our front foot every time we step on the court, all game long, and we'll get there. Again, the growth in these guys is just unbelievable, and the senior leadership we have was fantastic. I appreciate those guys and all they did, and I'm proud of our guys.
There are probably some mistakes along the way that all the kids are going to be like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have done that, or they feel bad about this play or that play. But it's basketball. Mm-hmm. They all have guys who feel bad about certain plays too. What's your message to the guys who didn't feel so hot after today's game, despite your great comeback?
Well, we wouldn't have had a comeback without all of those guys, and I appreciate all 14 of the guys that we have on our team. I believe, like I said, said to them that it bums me out that we won't get a chance to practice together again as a group of 14. Each one of those guys made sacrifices, whether it be life sacrifices, playing time sacrifices, whatever all that stuff is. And to see the look on their face, and see our bench being into it and our guys being in it for each other, that's what team basketball and family basketball is.
When you got that, I think it was a 3 from Leo to get you back. You got within a basket a couple times, so you had the tying possession in your hands, didn't fall for you, and then you got that late 3 again by Leo to get you back in it, but it just didn't happen for you. But what did you think on that 3 when that 3 went in there to make it close and you were within 2 again?
Leo's just a clutch guy, and and again, that happened because we shared the basketball. We talk about playing Saline basketball, and that's part of it. We made the extra pass to get him that shot, and again, he worked in his game like all these guys do, and he was just ready to step up and take the shot because he was the man to take it, and if the situation reversed, if he could make the extra pass, he would have done that as well.
How about Chris in his final game as a Hornet? He was just an animal going to that hoop. What did you think of his game here today and his overall career as a Hornet?
Unfortunately, I said I wish I could have redshirted him so I could have him another year. He does so much for us. Again, it doesn't show up in box scores. It won't show up in the stats. He's such a emotional piece of our team. And as he's going and he's getting into it, it brings the rest of our guys too. He's been such a leader as a captain for us this year. And, he's left a mark here, and it's a positive one by 100% mark of, what Saline basketball should look like.
How about your entire senior class? What's your message to them here as it ends for them in Saline basketball?
I appreciate the leadership. I appreciate their sacrifices to be here, and all 4 of them, sacrifice something to be, a part of this. I appreciate them for it, and that's what it is, and again, if you're talking about what are you leaving to a program, I think that selflessness is what they're leaving.
The kids coming back have gone through, some of them, were freshmen last year, Brady and Noah. What about the growth you saw from them this year? And these kids coming back, what do you think they got out of this season for next season and their future?
They felt like to be that close. And I think that's going to help grow any guy that's coming back, because they knew how close they were, and I don't know if they fully believed it until they saw it. And so now that they've seen it, I think it'll just buoy them into the off season to be hopefully not in this position again next year.
When you take a look at, last question, I guess, when you take a look at where your team was on day one of camp to where they are today, what do you think of the growth they've shown?
I just, leaps and bounds, 180 degrees, like literally. We learned each other for, the better part of the season. And, and to see how they played tonight and how it culminated tonight and the trust that, we have in each other. I got to trust them. They got to trust me, and some teams don't do that at the end of a season. They're just ready to go and pack their bags. And these guys were bought in 100% and dialed in to what we were trying to accomplish as a group.
Well, you guys, today was a lot of fun to watch. I wish you guys could have pulled that off. It would have been awesome to play. But that you even turned that into a game that was as close as it was, it was amazing to watch. And great season this year. It was fun covering you guys.
Thank you.